It's always level up season, and I'm back again with another level up episode. Today's video is going to be all about 7 things an elegant person should never do with their money. Guys, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, but I'm here to remind you that what you do with your money actually says a lot about you as an elegant person. So stay tuned for this one because it's going to be a very interesting episode. As always, remember to join the family. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell just right beside it so you're instantly notified whenever we upload a new video. And join our email list if you aren't on the email list platform, because we share valuable information via the email list platform as well. You can find the link to subscribe and to join the email list in the description box down below. And without further ado, let's just get right into today's video. Now, whether you have a lot of money or not enough money, it is very important that you are very mindful of what you're doing with your money as an elegant person. And there are 7 things that I have outlined here in my notes today that you definitely should pay attention to. If you do it, it's time to stop it. The very first one on my list, this one was banned in Nigeria, but I don't know if it was a serious ban, because I still find that some people do it. And just last week, Saturday, I still saw people do it. And it's simply just spraying money at parties and events. You know, the time where, for example, you attend a wedding and the husband and wife are dancing and everyone is just having a good time, and then people just come around them and they're spraying money on their heads. And guys, don't do that. Put some respect on your money notes, okay? Money deserves more respect than that. I get that it's some form of it gives off this rich auntie or rich man vibes and all of those things, but I think that it's actually a very tacky thing to do, especially if you are an elegant person. What I would suggest you do, instead of spraying money on people, that's very disrespectful. To be quite honest, I see it as very, very disrespectful. So instead of doing that and just putting money on their foreheads and all over their bodies, what you can do is simply put the money in an envelope and then hand it over to the person who is in charge of picking up the monies. And then you can go ahead and dance with the celebrants of the event or the occasion or whatever it is. Don't be the one caught spraying money or putting money on people's heads. And I get it, but I still don't get it. It's tacky, it's disrespectful, and it's not very elegant. So don't ever be caught doing it, okay? The second thing an elegant person should never do with their money is spending excessively and buying things you don't need, all for the sake of showing off, or maybe because you are under some form of peer pressure. I don't still get why people would use their monies to buy things just because they want to show off to their friends or their family that they can actually afford to get these things. It makes absolutely no sense. If you are not doing whatever it is you're doing for your own self, for your own value, for your comfort, for your satisfaction, then I think that thing is not worth doing. Because why are you living your whole life for someone else? And the funniest thing is that person may not even care that you're doing it. Why are you satisfying someone? Why? Why would you bring out a lot of money? Maybe someone will go buy a car. I want to drive a Range Rover because I want to show off that I can drive a Range Rover. Nobody cares, especially in 2024 when everyone is just trying to they focus on their focus and get through each day. Never be found spending excessively just to impress another human being. I think that that's the highest form of disrespect to yourself as a person. And then I also believe strongly that when you fully know who you are and you're basking in the fullness of your individuality, you cannot succumb to the pressure of peer pressure. Just because everyone around you is doing something or is being a particular way doesn't mean you should do it. If it's not aligning with your goals, if it's not aligning with your own desires, if it's not aligning with what you have pre-planned already for yourself, don't ever be pressured into doing it. Whatever you do should be about you, for your satisfaction, for your growth, for your welfare, and for just pretty much for you. If it's not for you, then you're definitely doing it for the wrong reasons, okay? The third thing that an elegant person should never be found doing with their money is shadows on social media. I still really don't understand or get it where people would have literal bundles of money and then they take out their mobile phones. They literally take out their mobile phones, open up the camera and start to display the bundles, and then they go and upload the same video on social media. My question always remains, to what end? What's the purpose for that? Like, why do you feel the need to show people that you have money bundles, whether it's in your local currency or in a foreign currency? I see that happening a lot, or the one where someone has been sprayed a lot of money at events, which I just said it's totally not an elegant thing to do. And then you see the celebrant sit down on her bed and literally pour all the money on top of the bed where she lays. This is money that people have touched with their hands. You don't know where the money has been. Then she pours it on top of her bed, and she doesn't end there. She has a camera in front of her recording the whole process. And at the end of the day, she uploads the video on social media. For who? For what? For what purpose? To what end? What's the goal? Makes no sense. Are you trying to show people that you have money in paper? Because why would you have, like, what's the essence? Koyemi. I just spoke Yoruba. Like, I really don't get it. Don't be found showing off dollar bills or Naira bills or whatever bills on your social media. It doesn't even make sense. And I find that the people who do that have a great sense of they lack self-esteem or self-confidence, because people who feel the need to show off are lacking something. That's why they need to show off to make up for whatever it is that they're lacking. Don't be the one caught doing it, okay? The fourth thing that an elegant person should never be caught doing with their money is buying fake designer items. This one, I am of the school of thought that if it's not an original designer item, don't buy it. It is better for you to buy a nameless brand that is within your price range, instead of buying a designer item that obviously looks like it was either made in Onitsha or Aba. You guys get what I'm talking about. Don't go and buy a Louis Vuitton slip-on. You know what I'm talking about. Don't be caught buying a fake designer item. And again, like, in fact, designer items, especially the ones with very loud, big, huge logos, are a major turn off to real elegant people. We don't like branded things on the things that we wear. So don't be the one buying fake designer items for whatever reason. Better still, buy the nameless brand. Buy a brand that doesn't have a name, that's within your price range, and carry that instead of buying a designer item that definitely looks very fake, okay? The fifth thing that an elegant person should never be found doing with their money is giving and telling for the sake of bragging. Never let your left hand know what your right hand has done or is doing. Now, this is not to say that you can't tell someone that you gave someone something, but it's the intent. It's the purpose for telling. Why are you telling? If the purpose for your telling is because you want to brag or because you want to make yourself look like you are one Lord and Master or whatever, then that's a very wrong reason to give and tell. But if the purpose of your telling is maybe to share a lesson or pass across valuable information, and then you just had to mention what you have done, then that's different. But if it's just to show off and to be braggadocious about it, I don't think it's a good thing for an elegant person. It's a very bad, tacky look, and it just makes you look like, okay, so you did it, so what? Did you have to say it? You get the point, right? The sixth thing that an elegant person should never be found doing with their money, and this one is for the ladies in the house. All the single ladies, all the ladies in the house. This one is something that I have seen a lot of people, some people that I know personally do it, and it ended up in premium tears. Okay? Don't be found doing it. Giving a man money for the sole aim of winning his affection. Ladies, men don't like to be given things. Real men don't like to be the receivers. Real men are the givers. By natural design, any man who collects from you, check him. He's not a real man. The only time you should be found giving a man something is either giving a man money, please. Not something. Giving a man money. The only time you should be found giving a man money is if you are either married to the man or you are in a serious committed relationship and peradventure he just needs it for whatever reason. Life happens and we get that. So if he needs some financial support and you know you can be there for him, of course, by all means, help your husband or your partner who you are in a committed relationship with. But if it is for the sole aim of buying his affection and winning his heart, and you tell him, you try to make him know that you can take care of him, you don't do that. That's a recipe for disaster. I'm telling you, no man wants to be taken care of. It's an ego thing. Men love to take care of women. And go check it. The women who love to take care of men, the men they take care of usually end up having side chicks or whatever chicks by the side that they take care of, because a man wants to feel like a man. And one of the things that makes a man feel like a man is when he's able to take charge of situations and things. Don't do his work for him. Okie dokie? Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. You're watching me, you want to do that. Don't send that transfer. Men don't like your money. Again, the only time you should give a man money is if you're in a committed relationship or if you're married to the man and the man is in dire need of financial support, then you can support the man. But don't give a man money for the sole aim of winning his affection. You will cry premium tears, I promise you. Because the money will go and the man will go and you will wonder, what did I do? Don't do it, okay? I'm very serious. And the final point on my list for what an elegant person should never be caught doing with their money is, of course, this one is a no-brainer. It's spending all the money that you have without thinking of saving or investments. You make money and you spend it. That's a very foolish thing to do. And I'm sorry to use the word foolish, but indeed, that's a very foolish thing to do. Prudence requires you to either plan well for your money by saving it for whatever purpose, maybe saving it for even investment or saving it to buy or purchase an asset or something. Elegant people don't spend all that they earn, no matter how small it is. I always say, even if all you earn is 10,000 naira per month, or even whatever, if you earn on a daily, on a weekly, or whatever basis, always ensure that you set something aside. I shared a video on my financial budget system, and in that video, I really broke down how I organize my finances. I talked about how I expend my money and what I do, how I save and how I invest. I think I would highly recommend that you go find that video and watch it. And I'm going to put a link in the description box down below. So always ensure. In fact, in that video, I advised, the video talked about you taking out your expenditure first before investing and saving. But I think that the right thing to do in this 2024 right now is to pay yourself first. So before you even take out the money for the expenditure, you would have taken out your own chunk of, I call it your own salary to yourself, especially if you're a business owner. So you take out a large chunk for yourself, and that money goes into your savings or whatever you want to do for your investment purposes. Then you can go ahead and expend the rest on your regular basic bills for the needs that you have. But an elegant person should never ever be caught spending all the money that they earn. Okay, that's a recipe for disaster. That's pretty much all that I have on my list. 7 things that an elegant person should never do with their money. If there's any one that I missed, please let's continue the conversation in the comment section down below. And of course, remember that we have the Art of Speaking Eloquently and Elegantly course for anyone who is looking to improve their way of speaking, communicate effectively, and have better conversations with people in their lives. You can click the link in the description box down below to get full information and, of course, information on how you can access the cost as well. I'll see you next time with another episode. Until then, remember to stay very, very elegant. Take care.